I can still remember it like it was the day before yesterday. A Thursday night, a cool summer evening. The night was truly beautiful. A million stars sprawled across the sky. A refreshing breeze tousled the tips of the trees and lightly brushed each blade of grass. Silent and unnoticeable enough that you could only hear it if you really tried to, but loud enough that it could be mistaken for the earth itself crying out with how alive it was. Just an amazing night. At least, according to my weather widget, I wouldn't know. I never go outside, but the night felt beautiful. In my dark, dank, musty-ass room, lit only by dual monitors shining above a PC setup covered in so much RGB, it looked like a pride parade through a dispersive prism. There I sat on this beautiful night, barely moving, barely breathing, probably looked dead to a casual observer. The only indication of my life force, my death grip on my Model O mouse and my left hand clicking at WASD. I was parked in my crusty DX Racer chair, my usual nighttime haunt, and daytime haunt, and early morning haunt. Well, I pretty much haunted that chair like I had died there in a past life, and you know what, I probably had, considering how I never ever leave that chair. But I just finished eating lunch. It was 9 p.m., but I'd woken up at 2 p.m., so it was lunchtime for me. Now that I'd had sustenance, it was time to get to work, and I had a lot to do. I'm a very busy man. I opened up Minecraft and booted up version 1.8.9, the only version of Minecraft I find socially acceptable to play. My right hand, creeping closer and closer to carpal tunnel every day, gripped my mouse in excitement. As I said, I had a lot of work to do. I had beds to break, minions to collect, wolves to capture, levels to increase, XP to gain, skills to grind. Where could I do all of that, you ask? Nowhere else but the Hypixel network. The place where I spend so much time it's basically a real life to me. Sometimes I look out across the main lobby and feel like I can see the curvature of the earth. It feels like home. It feels right to be there in MVP++, with the Hypixel level so high I can't actually count up to it. So you can imagine how it felt when the 4 gray bars that usually light up in bright green in the corner of Hypixel's #1 slot in my multiplayer menu. I've actually relocated to live directly next door to Hypixel's server, so my ping is 0. That way the server's in real time for me, and it's basically real life at that point. Anyway, the bars weren't that welcoming, comforting green. They were gray, lifeless, killed by a gruesome red X that slashed through them. 2 lines were printed next to Hypixel's beautiful golden H. Hypixel, down for maintenance. Have you ever lost a loved one? A grandfather? A close friend? A child? Well, that's sad for you, but have you ever lost a universe? That's what it was. That's what this felt like. I googled hypixel.net faster than I've ever googled anything, with all the desperation of a child googling how use credit card to buy 10,000 Robux. The message, like an obituary of a loved one, greeted me. Tears stained my already stained desk as I read. It took me 2 hours to read the whole thing because I don't read so good, but I did it for Hypixel. A maintenance break. 24 hours. That was like almost a whole day. I felt empty, hollow. A day without Hypixel? How? I didn't even try to insult Hypixel's honor by joining a different server. Do those even exist? Like, how do they make enough money to exist? That's crazy. I just went to sleep, but I couldn't drift off. I was used to sleeping with my gamer headphones on, getting lulled into my dreams by the sound of XP bottles breaking and other ambient Hypixel lobby noises. That was a long night. One of the longest I've ever been through. It felt longer than my grind for a pigment sword, or my grind for a max level flower minion, or a full set of every single armor piece in Skyblock, or by the time the sun rose, I had lost myself completely. Who was I without this server? Who was I without the 5-year-olds I could bully because they didn't have the motor skills to play block game as good as me? Or the intelligence to spend 6 days memorizing every Bedwars map until I could navigate them with my eyes closed, until I could get around them more easily than my town? Who was I? And since then, I mean, I've tried. I left my room for the first time in what must be forever. The sunlight was blinding. I hated it. It was like the sun was trying to give me back all the vitamin D I've missed out on since I got a PC. Like my body hasn't learned to live without that yet. But walking was exhausting. I've never moved my legs so much. I couldn't do /hub or /play or, right-click a compass and just be where I was needed. Talking was really hard. Like, where was the chat? Talking is actually uncensored in real life, and I definitely said some messed up stuff before I found that out. And as much as I tried to live with the nons, I just couldn't. I was too, smart, brilliant, intelligent. I was too intelligent for them. I tried their purposeless tasks, but I couldn't do it. I attempted mowing the lawn.
This is a weird minecart. What the hell is this? I probably don't need this. Oh, what the hell?
Making music.
Oh, what the hell? That's not C418.
Playing a board game.
When do I get to PvP?
Doing homework.
What the hell are those? Those are cubes! Those are cubes! What the hell?
Besides, I wouldn't have gotten any Hypixel EXP from them anyway. I wouldn't even have gained any Bedwars experience or even coins. I mean, I already have every single purchasable item on the Hypixel network, both coins and real money items, but I like watching the coins number go up. It actually reminds me of my Skyblock island. Anyway, I'm getting distracted as I often do now that there's nothing to focus on. The next day was better. I succeeded in interacting with a new friend thing I found. She called herself Mom, and apparently she's my family. According to her, this is a good thing, and my only hope of coming back to life. Back to life? But right now, I feel dead. So who's right? I don't know. I feel my connection to Hypixel slipping. And I don't think it's just because of lag spikes. Hypixel, if you see this, please come back. I don't want to go outside again. Due to my physical state, the only place I can assert dominance is on Hypixel, where 5-year-olds can't get to me, and they can't pin me down and beat me up, because Steve can only left-click and shift. Please, Hypixel, come back, or I'll go play on Mineplex! Oh wait, they're down too.